Eagles Entertainment.
Welcome, Eagles everywhere, to the Eagles Insider Podcast presented by Lincoln Financial Group. I'm Eagles Insider Dave Spadaro at the NovaCare Complex, getting ready for the preseason. The preseason opener Thursday night. Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. 7:30 kickoff locally in Philadelphia on NBC 10. We've got you covered. PhiladelphiaEagles.com starts our coverage at 7 p.m. with our kickoff show. What do we expect from this ballgame? Well, we'll see. We're going to preview it a little bit more in depth on Thursday. I'll have a chance to speak with some of the Eagles players in that one, hopefully Nick Sirianni as well, briefly. Give you a little taste of what's to come, but the first of 3 preseason games, and we've got, of course, 2 joint practices when New England comes to town next week. The week after that, the Eagles go to the New York Jets up in, I guess, north central New Jersey. And those practices will be every bit as valuable as the 3 preseason games for the coaching staff and for the personnel department to evaluate who is going to make this 53-man roster. Because at the end of the day, that's what the preseason is all about in this training camp period. Cutting the roster from 90 to 53 and making sure you've got the very best of the best on that 53-man roster. Plus, the practice squad, so important, 17-game schedule. Really need to have a lot of depth built into your roster. So today, in our Eagles Insider Podcast presented by Lincoln Financial Group, we got some good stuff for you. I spent the weekend in Canton, Ohio. Why? Of course. Why? Harold Carmichael. After so many years, we've talked to Harold so many times over the last year and a half as he waited for his call to the dais. And it happened on Saturday night. And he was great. And we spoke afterward, and we'll have you caught up with that in just a little bit. Also, just want to start the show here with a couple of current Eagles. One a veteran in his second year with the team, cornerback Darius Slay. Great conversation with him about his life. And he's just, to me, he's a 29-year-old kid. And who's about 14 years old mentally. And you'll hear why. Loves life. Really, really positive attitude. Let's begin the podcast with 2020 number 1 draft pick, Jalen Reagor. A wide receiver who last year battled some injuries and didn't have the numbers he wanted. Just 1 touchdown, 1 punt return touchdown. Injuries limited him. But Jalen Reagor's so talented, and there's so many eyeballs on Jalen Reagor. Is he ready to take that next step? Year 1 to year 2? We'll find out here. Jalen Reagor, great attitude. He's had a strong camp here. Explosive with the football. And he's looking forward to Thursday night. Here we go, one-on-one with Eagles wide receiver, Jalen Reagor. The Eagles open the preseason on Thursday night against the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're glad to see that happening. Eagles Insider Dave Spadaro here, along with wide receiver Jalen Reagor, right? Like, you got to be sick of seeing Steven Nelson and Darius Slay and all these guys. I mean, you memorize their moves, do you not? And they memorize yours.
Right, yeah. I mean, but it's good work, though, going against 2 great corners. So we just getting better every day.
Let's talk about you and training camp number 2. They say you make the big jump from year 1 to year 2. Have you felt that?
Yeah, I'm getting more comfortable, like, just with everything I'm doing and, trusting in my craft. And the game's slowing down for me, so it's getting better for sure.
So it actually is a faster game from college to the NFL?
Yeah, for sure.
Or is it the pace of everyday living in the NFL?
I would say in college it's kind of a balance, but here it's football 1-on-1, so it's really a lot coming in being young. And the thing is, I'm still the youngest receiver in the room. So
how old are you?
22. Smitty older than me.
22?
Yep.
You get a little baby kitty. So where does the leadership come from in that room?
Everybody. We hold everybody accountable.
Do you think in the big picture, Jalen, that is going to benefit you having to grow up really fast?
Yes, that's always good because I feel like that helped me in life. I had to grow up fast. With my dad playing ball, I had to move around a lot and stuff like that. So it forced me to be, to adapt. And I feel like that's what you do here.
It sure is a different world. NFL, good things and tough things. What would you say the good things are?
Playing football every day, getting to do this. This is my job. So, I can say football is my job.
Do you wake up and say, I'm going to have fun today?
Oh, for sure. Always.
And at what age did you feel like, okay, I'm going to be an NFL player? That's my goal to be. Because I know you played some hoops too.
Yeah, actually, honestly, when my dad finally, like, after the Super Bowl, when they won the Super Bowl in '07.
'07, right?
Yeah, I was like, yeah, I want to play football. I want one of
Interesting.
those.
What is your memory of that year? How old were you? Back, you were just a little baby.
Yeah, I was a baby. I remember my dad walking to the stands and getting me out the stands, and I, watched the ceremony and everything down there with him. It was cool.
Did it help you prepare for the game of football? Watching your father, the way that he really had to dedicate himself, or was it tough being a son of a player? I don't care that you're a player, Dad. I want you home with me.
I always want to be wherever he was, so I didn't really care. I feel like it helped me because I actually got an image, like a real life image of what to be, how to do it, and the ins and outs of everything.
So the NFL, that's the good part of the NFL. What is the tough part? The toughest parts of the NFL?
Man, it's a lot. Like, going from last year, learning a new playbook, then going for this year, learning another new playbook. It's a lot, but I mean, that's why they pay us the way they do. So we have a job to do, and I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say it's hard. It's just you have to adapt.
Jalen, are you a good student?
I am.
So it's really just learning the language of one offensive scheme to the next, right? It's not like you're not running extraordinarily different routes.
All concepts are pretty much the same. It's just the terminology.
So what is this offense all about? What are your early thoughts on just kind of what we're going to be throwing out there in 2021?
Man, just know everybody's going to be interchangeable, and we're looking to make a lot of plays.
And how will you feel like you're going to get the football? Is the plan to get you in all sorts of different positions to get the football?
Absolutely. That's why I'm moving everywhere from F to X to Z. So, I mean, it's pretty much, that's why I said this whole offense is interchangeable. So that's why you got to know the whole offense and not just your position.
And for those fans who don't quite understand how you're taught the offense, from the start of training camp to now, is everything in? Do you know what's coming when you get to the huddle? Kind of like for the fan, like, is it all, you have to learn, you have to know it on the fly?
You kind of have an idea. You go from the scripts, and then it may be a call-it period where they're just calling. So, I mean, once you hear formation and a set, you kind of know what's coming. And, that's pretty much how it goes.
Jalen, last year, no preseason. You go into the opener at Washington, you have the big 55-yard catch, no fans in the stands. I mean, everything is so different now. You got a taste of it on Sunday night at Lincoln Financial Field, 26,000 fans there. What does having fans mean, fans back on the field or back in the stands? What does it mean for you?
Man, it's a lot of energy, man. Like, I just saying, it wasn't even filled up. That's the thing. And it was so much energy. And I can only imagine on a Sunday or Thursday or Monday night, like how full and packed the link is going to be. So it's going to help the energy, of course. And then you got to think, those momentum swings, that crowd, it does a lot.
And the fans, the reputation of the Eagles fans, I know you heard coming in. Tell me about what you heard coming in and what you've experienced so far.
You mean before I got here?
Yeah.
They're just very passionate. So, I mean, they love you either way it go, but they're just hard on you. That's it.
They're crazy about Philadelphia Eagles football. Let's be honest,
right.
Okay? And that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We love that. Okay, so Thursday night, the preseason opens. Jalen, how excited are you to get back on the field?
I'm ready. I'm ready to, I'm ready for the opportunities I'm going to get. I'm looking to make as many plays as I can and ultimately stay healthy for sure.
The NFL is about ups and downs. You're going to make some plays, you're going to drop some balls. How much do you think you've matured in the last year dealing with that, dealing with the reaction from people, with the media, with the fans? When you catch a pass, you're the greatest thing in the world. When you drop a pass, hey, Jalen, come on.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is because of course, that comes from the fans wanting you to be great. Coaches want, and one thing that Coach Sirianni says a lot, he'd be like, you might drop a pass in practice. He'd be like, you'll catch that pass. Like, I'm not worried about the drop. I'm worried more about I'm worried more about the route, the discipline, the intangible things that he's teaching. He's not really worried about catching the ball because we wouldn't be here if we couldn't catch the ball. So, I mean, he helps it a lot being the coach who he is.
Interesting, because last week I wrote a story about you had a tough day on Wednesday at practice. Thursday you came back and really dominated. And a lot of that was attributed to the connection that you and the coaching staff have made. How much has that helped you in your development? That you trust Aaron, that you trust Coach Sirianni, that you trust Shane, that you know that they have your back.
Because they own me every day. Every detail they own me. From walkthrough to practice to in the film room. Any small detail that they stay on me. And it's holding me, it keeps me accountable because, I don't take my foot off the gas with anything.
Explain that. So they're literally like watching every single move you make.
We were in a walkthrough and, we had a play and I was supposed to stay on the edge and I took like one step outside. And coach was like, we're going to be on you with every detail.
Has that ever happened in your playing career?
Yeah, but not to this extent.
So is it good for you?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Absolutely.
It's not like, hey, why are these guys getting on my case?
Nah, I know why. They want me to be great. And my dad always told me when coaches stop talking to you, that's when you should worry.
Interesting. Well, let's keep talking to Jalen Reagor.
For sure.
The goal of being great, you still obviously believe that you're going to be great.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
Have you ever known a player who does not have a great deal of confidence playing at this level? Like, is it a battle to have a lot of confidence?
No, because I feel like that's how you thrive. I don't care if you drop a ball, you drop another one. You have the same confidence because that's just like D. Slay. You could beat him on the route, but he still, at the end of the day, he know who he is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
the battles you've had with Darius, big play, sorry, and with Steven Nelson. Tell me about them and who's gotten the better of whom. How much has that helped you this summer?
I feel like it's pretty much being even, and you get two different corners, and Slay and Steven. You get more of a a strong corner, and Steven, and then more of a finesse, twitchy guy in Slay. But you get the best of both worlds. So I feel like it's going to help my game, and you never know who's guarding Smitty, who's guarding me. You get the best of, you know what I mean? You can adapt.
Jalen, do you think that Thursday night, final question here, that Thursday night will be a kind of an adjustment again in terms of the tempo of this practice versus the preseason game?
Honestly, I can't even answer that question
because you haven't played in preseason.
Yeah, you kind of go through the flow of it, and I feel like once we start playing, I mean, it's gonna become normal.
The lights are going to be on. The stadium's going to be almost full, ready to go.
Game time.
Jalen Reagor, good stuff, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Nice to meet you in person finally.
For sure.
Eagles wide receiver Jalen Reagor, looking forward to Thursday night's preseason opener against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Thanks for joining us. On the other side of the line of scrimmage, Darius Big Play Slay. And you got to call him that. Leads the Eagles cornerbacks into action against Pittsburgh. That whole group at cornerback has changed so much with the addition of Steven Nelson. And I just wanted to sit down with Slay and get to know him a little bit. He's so interesting. Always, always, always has a good time. Takes his craft very seriously. So why? Well, I kind of dug a little deeper with this interview to find out what makes Darius Big Play Slay tick. And here's what he had to say. Welcome to our continuing coverage of the Philadelphia Eagles 2021 training camp from the NovaCare Complex. We got a preseason game coming up against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm Eagles insider Dave Spadaro, joined by cornerback Darius Big Play Slay. Now, let's talk about that because the fans may not quite understand the name thing. You've insisted from day one meeting the Philadelphia media that they had to call you Slay or Big Play Slay.
Right.
And I would honestly tell you that you're like a 30-year-old, 14-year-old.
Yes.
And I mean that in the most complimentary way.
Yes.
Why the names?
Man, I'll just, my dad, man, I let my dad have his name, which is cool. I love my name too as Darius, but I like Slay, man, or Big Play, and that's what I like to do, make plays. And
the idea of being such a jovial, is that how you are off the field?
Yeah, man, I'm a funny guy. I like to have fun, man. You only live once, so I try to enjoy my day.
Why do you look at that life that way? Was it something happened when you were young that you got like a kind of an understanding that we can all go at any time?
Right. Well, honestly, what it was is that I had a kid at 15. So my childhood days were kind of cut short. So I had to be a parent, and but I had to find a way to keep living, and I want to be one of them guys that as a parent was always just focused on this and that and the third. But I was one of the guys that want to show I want to have fun too by being a parent, and I figured a way out how to do it, and I enjoyed the game that would help me with it, and raising my son was fun.
Were you an active 15-year-old father?
Huh?
Were you an active 15-year-old father?
Oh, yeah, I was very active. Yes, of course, my son lives with me now, and we be having fun right now. Right now he's 14 years old, man. We be having fun, playing the game together, we hang out together. So, man, he he's my son, but I treat him like a big brother.
That's pretty extraordinary. I mean, you take the positive out of that. You learned to be responsible long before any of your friends. Mm-hmm. What kind of lessons was that for you?
It was a lot, man. I had to understand. Honestly, maybe take school more seriously. Because, I had a kid to look out for, and I wanted the best for him. So for me to start off, I want somebody the best for somebody else, I got to start it off right. And so I took school more seriously, drove school, man, just had to go to college. And, I had him on my mind a lot because I wanted to be the best example for him to see the future for I got.
I mean, it's a hypothetical question, but, had you not had a child at that age, do you think you'd be in the NFL now?
That's why I always ask myself. I knew I had the talent to be, but my son kind of drove me to be in the NFL because I wanted to be the best version of myself to him so he could just be able I want to be like my daddy. And, and that's what he say now. And, I'm proud to be where I'm at today, man. Thank you, the Lord. And I'm going to continue to keep trying to be the best man I could be for him and make sure he watch me do what I do.
Is that ultimately what led you to starting the academic center to help younger people kind of how's that going, and how many people do you think you're reaching?
I reach a lot, man. I send out at least probably about 10 kids like every year, at least to college, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's been good, man. My center been great. My cousin that runs it, Sean, and my other family that helps down there with it, man, it's doing awesome right now, man. We're doing a lot of great stuff in my city, and we're going to continue to do it because I love kids. And I feel like if we attack the kids, man, they the future. And right now, the world's kind of, everywhere, up and down. So, but I'm trying to impact as much as I can.
I think it's tough to be a kid. I mean, I think kids have to present this image of perfection on social media. And nobody's got a perfect life.
Right. We ain't had no social media. That's what I'm trying to tell my son, man. I never been perfect, never will be perfect. But everybody want to look perfect. So,
yeah.
But I just told him, man, to live life as you want to, enjoy it, man. Make sure you're doing right by the Lord and live your day.
Slay, let's talk about you being a Philadelphia Eagle year 2. Do you feel like you are kind of ingrained in the Philadelphia community? Have you been around enough to meet enough people to kind of get a sense of what Philly's all about?
Yeah, man, I've been around, man. I've been to Jersey and Philly, man. Like I said, when this whole offseason, I didn't go nowhere. I love you too.
Oh, here
Let's
we
go. Yeah, well.
Teammates. Rodney McLeod having some fun there?
Well, yeah, man. I got in the city a good bit this year. I like to work out with kids. So I took a lot of kids. I take about at least 15 to 20 kids every Monday, Wednesday, Friday to go work out with me on the field, doing DB drills. So I got a good bit in the city, man. I went to Jersey a little bit, and I went to Philly.
I did not know that. I think that's great stuff, and that's stuff that people want to know about Darius Big Play Slay. Philadelphia and Detroit, just as like sports towns and cultural cities, would you compare the two of them? Are they similar?
They both in the same way. But man, one thing I can say now, I went to a couple games in Michigan with some basketball. I ain't never seen basketball like that in my life. But football, everybody they about the same. Great talent, man. Great guys, great young men that's willing to listen. And I had a great time with all the kids, man. I built a great bond with a lot of kids right now that I make it feel like, hey, I'm not one of them guys that's too big for you. I'm a normal guy like you. So I know you want to go where I'm at. I'm going to help you get there. So that's my goal.
In your mind, Slay, who's the best cornerback like that you've kind of studied a lot? Like I would say like Deion Sanders was somebody who was incredible.
Right.
In your mind, who are kind of the 2 or 3 guys?
Okay, guys I studied a lot coming up to make me who I am today was Revis, Sherm, and Talib a good bit.
Interesting. Why? What was so interesting about their games?
Because I looked at Talib as a guy that was an all-around corner for me, a guy that could tackle, a guy that could cover, and that was smart. And he was great. To me, he was great in like all mixed coverages. So like he could disguise cover 2, he could disguise cover 4. He knew how to slip digs, he knew how to do this. And I looked at Sherm and Revis for like a lot of press work, and that's what they do and attack the ball. But my favorite all-time DB is Joe Hayden. I've been watching
Still playing with Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yeah, playing with Pittsburgh. I can't wait to see him this weekend. This week. That's my favorite of all times because I like the swag he brings to the game. I like his competitive edge, and that's why I got number 23.
Yep.
And I had the one sleeve because I was a real big Joe Hayden fan since he was in high school. So that's one of my big ones. But those are my top guys. I love to watch me when I was playing and when I was coming up. But right now, I kind of watch a little bit of Jalen Ramsey a lot too. So.
Okay, so self-scout. Give me the description of your game then.
Oh, yeah.
What makes you so great?
I do it all. I can play it all. I could be a guy that can press. I could do a guy that can play off. I could do whatever they need me to do. And I'm very gifted, man. Fast guy, tall guy, competitive. And, I always look to win. I'm a guy that's just ready to go. I'm always ready.
If you are having a game where you're not having the success that you want, how do you lesson for people? How do you get through the tough times?
I'll just keep playing, and I always tell my guys right now in the room, like, this is a kid's game that grown men are playing. So have fun. I know for a fact that, it's hard to win every battle in this game. We all professionals. So I just keep playing, play each down, and try to give the guys my best. So that's what I live by, knowing I give them my all. And, at the end of the day, if my guys trust and believe me, we're going to keep moving forward.
This cornerback room last year, putting players on the field who'd never been there.
Right.
Great learning experience for them. I know you had a lot of hand in helping those young guys. Now Steven Nelson comes in and Avante goes to the slot. And tell me about this group of cornerbacks and what Eagles fans can expect. It looks really solid out here.
Yeah, man, it's a great, man. We always felt that Avante needed to be in the slot. But, but he was the only one that's covered. At that time was very consistent last year at playing outside at that time. But, but bringing Nelson in, man, help, man. Veteran guy, And he's competing, man, at every level. And, Rob being a veteran guy, Ant being a veteran guy. So we got a lot of good veterans that been in big-time games and in clutch moments. So, and we got a lot enough non-gun guys that can feed off us, and we're doing a good job right now training them for it. So it's a solid group, man. We working, and we all believe in each other. That's the main thing. The main goal is we all believe in each other. We all want nothing but the best for each other, and that's how a room need to be successful.
Is some of the stuff that you've been doing as you become a takeaway machine different than the stuff you've done in past? The emphasis on taking the football away. It seems like every single practice, there's a lot of drills to take the football away.
Yeah, you got to practice enough to get the ball. A lot of stuff, if you don't practice it, you're not going to do it. So it's a great thing that we got circus around here to turn the ball over, because we need to turn the ball over. And more time the offense got the ball, that means the better chance we got to win.
Last thing, you wear a wedding ring. Do you play football with a ring on your finger?
Yeah, I keep a little band. So good band, man. No. So I don't feel it.
So no concern like it's going to get caught or anything?
No. We do good by it.
Okay. And is that part of your, what's your pregame ritual? What do you do to like get ready for a game? Is there anything you do specifically?
Man, honestly, I listen to on the way to the stadium, I listen to some good slow music.
Oh, that's right. You talked
some
about
good slow music. Then,
which I can't even understand.
Yeah, I got to get that good R&B in. Then as soon as I touch the field, I got to turn on some good Rod Wave, and I'm going.
Like Luther Vandross on the way to the...
all that. Jacket Edge, all that.
All right, good stuff. Hey, good luck in the preseason opener. Thank you very much for joining me. Darius, Big Play Slay here at the NovaCare Complex. Thanks for joining in. Last but not least on the Eagles Insider Podcast, presented by Lincoln Financial Group. Well, here we go. Harold Carmichael, the all-time leading receiver for the Philadelphia Eagles in receptions, in receiving yards, and in touchdowns. Unbelievable. And he last played in Philadelphia in 1983, and his records are still strong. Well, he was called up to the podium on Saturday night. The bust was there. Harold Carmichael in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and we spoke after he spoke, and the guy just couldn't hold back the tears. So, Harold, you waited many, many years, and then an extra year. Was it worth the wait?
Yes, it is. I waited 18 months to be here. God has given me the patience. He's just saying, just wait, Harold. You're going to get it done. I prayed for this day. I prayed for the moment. He got me through it. I was kind of shaking. My whole insides was shaking up there, but just asking God to give me the strength to do this. And I don't know what I sound like up there, but, I think I got through it.
I think you sounded great. First of all, let's talk about the week. You got in on Wednesday. What do they have you do all week as you get ready for this very great moment?
Well, when we first got in, you were just meeting everybody, signed about 500 some items and all. We've been doing a lot of that. We did an autograph session for about 2 hours, and not meetings, it's just different breakfasts and lunches and all. It was such a great experience with the Gold Jacket guys, the guys that's been inducted before us and all. And just yesterday, everything hit me like a ton of bricks. I was cool for the past 18 months. And when they started talking, David Baker and then a lot of guys giving testimonies, I'm sitting there, man, I'm crying. I'm trying to be cool now. I'm wiping tears like it's sweat. But you turn around, there's a bunch of guys that's in my class, the new inductees. They were doing the same thing because we didn't know what to expect. And they were telling us, and I got coming off the stage right now, not guys saying congratulations, they said, you set the tone. Which means they had told me last year, keep it short. And that was in my head. I kept it short, and the guy said, hey, Harold, great job.
The gold jacket, let's talk about it. It looks great on you. How does it fit?
It fits perfectly. When they was measuring me, I said, all of this is good. I don't want that tight fit like you're wearing your little cousin's the jacket, like it's too small for you, and make sure the arms are long enough. And they did. Hager did a great job.
Well, since you were fitted a while ago to now, you had to watch what you're eating. You don't want to come out here and have it kind of be a little tight, like too tight. It was a little bit of responsibility for you too.
Well, during the pandemic, I think we did a great job. One of the things that helped me was not going over to the NovaCare. You know how much I would eat over there. And I was losing some weight, and because I was walking every morning 3.5 miles, a great pace I was making. And I was saying, I'm losing weight. My wife said, you haven't been to the NovaCare. Before NovaCare, I go to the diner, eat a big breakfast. I go to NovaCare, and you've seen me eat over there, and I come home and eat dinner. And I was up about 275 pounds and all. I'm down now to close to, still a little over my playing weight. I'm down to like 250 or 45 or something like that.
Harold, what was it like being on stage and looking out and seeing everyone and feeling the love?
That was awesome, Dave. Just to look, and it's not Philadelphia fans. We had Cowboy fans, which I thought they were going to boo when I said that the Eagles had the best fans in the world. A lot of Browns, and it was unbelievable about the Steeler fans. To see those people out here coming to see us, some of us to hear us talk. It was great. It was very inspiring to me, and something that I would hold in my heart for the rest of my life.
You called it a journey. The lesson here is that it's not one person who gets you here. It takes a lot of people to make the great things happen.
I call those names out. Those are my best friends. I've been with those people for 65 years. Some of the names that I call it, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack because I didn't name a lot of people, but those people that I mentioned, those people was really with with my mom and my sister when I couldn't be there. All I had to do was call them. Really, a lot of times I didn't have to call them because they would be there almost every day. One of those people was there every day to make sure my mom and my sister was okay. And then when my mom passed, the same thing with my sister. Somebody was there every day making sure. So I had, it was in my heart. Oh, man. Whew. Sorry. I don't know if I can talk too much more.
It's good. It's great. It must be great to feel the emotions, though. You waited an awfully long time for this. Has it been everything you thought it would be, Harold?
Everything.
Yeah. I wonder, you mentioned the fans, and, fans in Philadelphia have a bit of a reputation. The relationship you've created with them over the years, very special relationship. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Well, like I said in the speech, they welcomed me here in Philadelphia. 22-year-old kid, never been in a big city like that. Came in there, a lot of people, nobody knew who I was. I was a 7th-round draft choice, and they said, "Who's that lanky guy? He's not going to make it. He's going to get beat up and broken up." And after we started mingling with each other, getting the chance to know each other. They embraced me. And God knows I embraced the Philadelphia fan base, and they have been super to me over the years, and I give all my thanks to them for just being Philadelphia fans. They've been great.
Last one, you've got a bunch of rings now. You got 3 Super Bowl rings. You got a Black College Football Hall of Fame ring, and now you've got a Pro FootballAll of Fame ring. How are you going to juggle all these rings?
Well, the only thing about it, I wear them in certain situations. I've already told everybody all of my rings go to my granddaughter, Zoe. So she'll get all of these things. I'm very proud of them. And, I've been very blessed, very blessed.
I lied, last one. Harold, did you ever dream of being a Hall of Fame player?
Never dreamed of it, David, because, I didn't know, after 30-some years not getting, I got nominated once back in 1990, something like that, and not getting nominated or talked about in those years between then and now. I said maybe I wasn't good enough. People say your numbers when I left out are about number 5 or 6 in the NFL with reception. And then, I understand that the NFL, or the Pro Football Hall of Fame, they got to get those guys in there that people remember. They're catered to these young kids now that's going to be from 40, 50 years from now. But, the older folks, some of them remember me. Maybe some of them don't because we're old like that, But, it's great to be able to be in the Hall of Fame. Like I said, it took a long time, but it's still sweet.
Harold, thank you so much. Go back and enjoy the rest of your night. And it's a night of a lifetime, right? And it's everything you thought it would be.
That is true. I can't, there's other times, the birth of my son, the marriage, and there's a few other times, breaking records and stuff, and really, this has been a great time, and this is the ultimate thing. You can't do too much more in the National Football League. This is it. Guys said last night saying, oh, wow, they can't cut you, they can't trade you. you can't quit, you can't die out of the Hall of Fame. So it's something that I remember and thought about, and gosh, I've been blessed.
Thanks, Harold.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Dave.
That will do it for this episode of the Eagles Insider Podcast presented by Lincoln Financial Group. Dave Spadaro, Eagles Insider, with you. Thanks for joining. If you have a moment to give us a little review, 5 stars always helps. Look in the details section of your podcast library. There's a little link there. Thank you very much. I want to thank Peter Kelly, Julie McLaughlin, Ray Doyle for their work in this podcast. Thank all of you for joining. I'll be back Thursday pregame, little preview, if you will. Eagles-Steelers preseason kickoff. Everyone, thanks for joining. I'm Eagles Insider Dave Spadaro saying, have yourselves a great Eagles day, and as always, fly, Eagles, fly.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Hi, Eagles fans. I'm Connor Barwin, and I'm here to tell you about the Eagles Autism Challenge presented by Lincoln Financial Group. This year's event will take place on Saturday, August 21st, and we can't wait to see all of you back at Lincoln Financial Field live and in person. Register today to walk, run, or ride. In addition to making a transformational impact on the autism community, you'll also receive a complimentary ticket to our public practice on Sunday, August 22nd. Register today at eaglesautismchallenge.org, and I'll see you there.